Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're gonna continue with our main menu tutorial, and a lot of people wanted to get some of our buttons working, so that's what we're gonna do in this one. We're gonna do the new game button, load game button, and quit game, and we're mostly just gonna set up the transition stuff. We're not gonna do the actual saving and loading yet. We'll do that in another part. But we'll get new game and load game working, and then we'll get our quit working. It'll bring up an "Are you sure?" menu. You can say no to go back, or you can say yes to quit the game. And we're gonna wait on options and credits because that's gonna be, it's gonna take a lot of work. So we're gonna save that for another part. And yeah, let's just hop into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our blueprints folder. We're going to go to our widgets. We're going to go to our main menu folder. And all we have right now is our main menu and our main menu buttons. So what we're going to do is let's duplicate our main menu buttons. This guy right here. We're going to call this our save slots widget blueprint save slots. We'll keep that there. And we're going to delete the credits size box and all of that stuff, and we're just going to change these buttons into our save buttons. So slot 1 button, we'll call this one slot 2 button, then we'll go down to our options and we'll make this slot 3 button, and we'll just change the text on these. Make new game, say slot 1. Make load game, say slot 2. And then the options, we'll make that say slot 3. Oh, whoops, let me put a space in that. Slot 3 like that. And then on the quit, we're going to make this just our back button. So back button. And we'll make this one just say back. Like that. And then we'll go to our size box, our top size box here. And actually, let's go to our main button size box. And I'm going to change the height override to each of these to 65. Make them a little bit bigger. So on each of these size boxes, I'm just going to go click on them and change the height to 65. Because we're going to store some more information on these buttons later. And on our main size box, we're just gonna scale this up so it fits all the buttons inside of it, like that. And so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go back to our wrong button. We're gonna go back to our main menu, and we're gonna look for our save slots. Drag this on the canvas panel. We'll size the content, and we're going to center this, so just anchor and then go to the center, and we're gonna hit the back buttons so it goes in the middle, and then we're gonna go to alignment, set this to 0.5 and 0.5 right there, and then we're gonna go down to visibility. We're gonna set this to collapsed like that, and let's see, then we're gonna go to the graph. We're gonna get rid of event tick and pre-construct, and then we're gonna bring in our main menu buttons right here. And we're going to find our new game button. And we're going to do an on clicked. We're going to assign on clicked. And we're going to rename this to new game on clicked event. And we're going to duplicate this. And I'm just going to copy this name here. And I'm going to get rid of the underscore event on the end of that and just plug this guy in right here. Then we're going to go up to our construct and just find our new game on clicked, not the event on clicked. We're just trying to put this event into place on construct, so just do that right there. And what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in let's rename our image real quick. So instead of that just saying image, let's make this our logo image like that. And we'll pull this guy in, and we're gonna set visibility to collapsed like that. We're gonna also do that for our main menu buttons. We're gonna set those both to collapsed. And then we're gonna bring our save slots in. And we're gonna set visibility to be visible. And now that should work, so let's just test that out real quick. So if we just go in, we click new game, it brings up our slots, and our back button doesn't work yet, so let's go ahead and set that part up. Let's go ahead and comment this. This is going to be our new game. Clicked. So now we want to bring in our save slots widget, and we want to get our back button. And we're going to do clicked. We're going to assign on clicked right here, and we're going to say save back on clicked. And we're just going to duplicate this custom event, copy the name here, paste that name in, and get rid of the underscore event. Plug this guy in, and we're going to go ahead and go up to construct, and we're going to look for our save back on clicked, not the event, just the on clicked, and plug that guy in. And what we're going to do here is just pretty similar to this. We're just going to duplicate these set visibilities over here, but instead of let's see, we're gonna set this to visible, and we're gonna actually move that logo. We don't want that logo to be fully visible. And then the save slots, we're gonna set this to collapsed, and then we're gonna set visibility again because we don't want our logo to be fully visible, because if it is, I'll just show you real quick. So if we plug this in real quick and we leave that as fully visible, when we go back, so new game, back, we can no longer click these buttons because the logo is covering these buttons. So we want to pull this guy over, and we're going to change this to be not hit testable, so that way you can still click. So now if we go back and we click our new game, we click our back, we can click these buttons. So, cool. We got that part done. So, we're going to comment this. This is going to be our save back button. Clicked. So, the next thing we're going to do is our load menu. So that's just going to be the same thing as our save slots. We're just going to duplicate it and call it our load slots. We don't really need to change anything in there. Not right now. Load slots. And then we're going to go back to our main menu. And we're going to pull in our load slots. Pull this on the canvas panel. And we're going to size the content and anchor it to the center. Press the back buttons on location and set 0.5 on alignment and 0.5 again. We're going to set this visibility to collapsed. And we're going to go to the graph and we're going to do the same thing again. Let's just move some of this down. Alright, so now let's get our main menu buttons again. And we're going to look for load. Get load game button. We're going to do on clicked. Sign on clicked. Like that. This is going to be our load game on clicked event. We're going to duplicate that guy. We're going to copy this name here. Whoops. Copy the name. Paste it in. Get rid of the event. Plug this guy in. I'm just going to line this stuff up. And then we're going to go ahead and get our load game on construct, load game on clicked. Plug this guy in. And we're just going to do the same thing here, but instead of our save slots, we're going to pull up our load slots. So just plug all of this in, get rid of the save slots. We're going to grab our load slots menu in. And let's go ahead and comment it. It's going to be our load game clicked. And now if we go and test this, this should work. So we go in, we click load game. It works, but our back button doesn't work, so let's go ahead and get our back button set up, which is going to be essentially the same thing we're doing here. So I'm just gonna we'll just do it from scratch. That works. So let's bring in our load slots. We're gonna do on clicked or back button. We need our back button, right? Get back button. We're gonna do clicked, assign on clicked, and this is gonna be our load back on clicked event. And we'll duplicate this guy, copy the name here, and we're just gonna get rid of the, paste that in, get rid of the event, plug this guy in, and we're gonna go ahead and put this on construct, so load game on clicked. And we're just going to do the same thing here. So just duplicate these, plug this in. But instead of our save slots widget, we're going to get our load slots widget, plug that guy in. And yeah, so let's comment this. Load back button. Clicked, like that. Compile and save. And now if we try that out, we go to our load game, we click our back button. That is not working. Why not? Load slots, back button. Let's see. Load back button. That's what we messed up. Load back on clicked. We pulled up our load game on clicked again. We want our load back on clicked on construct. Make sure not to mess that up. So load game, back button, that now works. New game, back works. We're not going to do options or credits right now, but we will go ahead and set up our quit game. So if you wanted to, you could just easily do so if we bring in our main menu buttons and quit game button, clicked, we're gonna assign on clicked, and we're gonna rename this to quit button on clicked event, and we're gonna duplicate this, copy the name, plug this in, get rid of the event. And now we need to go plug this guy in up here. So quit button unclicked, not the event, not the quit game function. Plug that guy in. So if you wanted to, you could just make this easier and just go to quit game, call this quit game function, and that'll work. But we're gonna add another menu that asks if you're sure, because sometimes people can misclick and they don't want to just quit the game. So right now, if you quit game, it'll just quit. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add another menu that comes up and asks if you're sure you want to quit. So we're gonna, in our widgets, our widgets main menu right here, we're gonna go to user interface, widget blueprint, and we're gonna go to user widget blueprint underscore are you sure quit. We're gonna call that are you sure quit. We're gonna grab a canvas panel, pull this guy down, and then we're gonna grab a size box, pull this guy on here, and then we're gonna do a width and height override. I'm gonna make mine, let's say 600. Size the content on that. Yeah, be sure to size the content, otherwise the width and height doesn't work. So I'm also just gonna do desired on screen, and then height we will do let's say we'll just do 200, like that. And so then we're gonna get a border. Pull this guy, and on this border, I'm just gonna make the brush color black. And then for now, I'm going to, let's just go to our save slots. I'm gonna copy one of these size boxes on one of our buttons, and we're just gonna paste it over here. That way we get the same button style and stuff. So button like that. I'm also gonna wrap this guy. We're gonna wrap this guy with a horizontal box, so that way we could put one button next to the other button. And then on the, we're gonna do fill for now, and left and center. So this left alignment and center. Then we're gonna go to padding, and on the left padding, let's give everything a padding of 8 to start with, and then on the left, we'll do a padding of, let's say 85. Left padding of 85 right there. And we're gonna call this our yes button. And we'll make the text say yes. And then on the size box, we're just gonna copy and paste it. And then on this guy, we'll on horizontal alignment, we'll change it to right. And then on the left padding, change that back to 8. And then on the right padding, we'll change that back to, what was it, 85? Double check that. Yeah, 85. So right padding to 85, that way it's evenly spread across like this. So this is going to be our no button. And then the text, we'll just make it say no, like that. And then one more thing, just for flavor, on our border, we're going to wrap this with another border. And our bottom border, we're going to give it a padding of 5. And then our top border, we're going to change this brush color. I'm just going to use the eyedropper and use the same color as our buttons. So now we got our little menu here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our main menu. And we'll go to the designer, and we're going to look for our widget blueprint, are you sure quit. Throw this guy on the canvas panel, click on it, we're going to size the content, we're going to anchor it to the center, hit the back arrows on location, alignment we'll set to 0.5 and 0.5. And then on the visibility, we will set to collapsed, like that. And now we need to bring this menu up whenever we click on our quit game button. So now we're going to bring in our are you sure quit. We're going to set visibility. Plug this guy in. We're going to set this to be visible, and then we're just going to copy these guys right here, our main menu buttons and logo image. We're going to set visibility on those two collapsed, like we did on everything else. And now that should work, but our buttons on that menu won't work yet. But if we go in, we'll click quit game, this menu comes up, and now we got to get our no and yes button to work. So right here, I'm going to comment this. We're going to call this quit button clicked, and we'll just move this guy up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our are you sure quit widget right here. I'm going to get our yes button. So yes button, and we're going to look for clicked. We're going to assign on clicked, and we're going to call this quit yes on clicked event. I'm going to duplicate this guy. I'm going to copy this name here, paste it in, get rid of the event, plug that guy in. And yes, all we're going to do is use our quit game function we pulled in earlier. If you didn't pull it in, you just look for quit game, and it's this guy right here, this quit game. So now we just need to plug this in on construct. So quit game Quit, or what do we name it? Quit yes. Quit yes clicked. Quit yes on clicked. So plug that guy in. And we'll just comment this. We'll call this quit yes clicked. And now if we go and test that out, you'll see that that button works. So quit game, yes, and it quits the game. And now we need to get our no button to work. So we're just gonna get our are you sure quit widget. We're gonna get no button. And pull this guy in, and we'll get our clicked assign on clicked. Pull this guy, and we're gonna call this no or quit no on clicked event. We'll duplicate this guy, copy the name, plug it in here, get rid of the event, and then all we're gonna do here is we're gonna get our are you sure quit widget. We're gonna set visibility to be collapsed. And then like on our other ones, we need our logo image and main menu buttons. And we're gonna set the visibility of those. So main menu buttons is set to visible, the logo is set to not hit testable. And we'll comment this, we'll call this quit no button clicked. And then we need to go plug this guy in. So quit no unclicked, not the function. Why do we have two of these? Quit no unclicked. The widget blueprint main menu. Let's see what that other one is. Quit no. Not sure what we have to. Yeah, we'll just plug that guy in. Quit no unclicked. And we'll go test that out real quick. Quit no quit yes. And also our other ones work, so still got to get our saving and loading to work, but for now that works. And like I said, we'll save the options and credits for another video because this is going to be a whole lot of work. And for options, we'll probably just do like a settings menu. Options can vary depending on your game and what you have in it, you know, like different accessibility settings and stuff like that. So we'll probably mostly stick to like the basics for options. And credits should be a fairly quick and easy one. This one is just, you know, adding your credits to the game. And, you know, that one should be pretty easy. Options is going to be a lot of work. But for now, oh yeah, we also need to get our saving and loading in. So we'll do that as well. We'll set up a save and load system so that when you click these, it'll actually update the slots and properly save and load to those slots. But for now, we're gonna call it here for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for tutorials you would like to see, also let me know those down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.